So welcome once again, everybody, to the Canada Specialist Program webinar series supported by Air Canada and Destination Canada. Our first presenter today is Natalia from Destination Vancouver, External Relations Specialist. Good to see you again, Natalia. How are you doing?
Hi, Charlie. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here to share some information about Vancouver, and especially about spring and our culinary scene.
Yes, you mentioned the word spring. Of course, it's spring right now. Yes. What is it like in Vancouver right now?
Well, it's cherry blossom season. Vancouver is a year-round destination, right, with 4 distinct seasons, and we're right in the middle of spring, which for us means cherry blossom season. Back in the 1930s, a couple of mayors from Japan, from Kobe and Yokohama, gifted the city 500 cherry blossom trees. And now we have over 40,000 all over the city. So it's really a spectacular time to come and visit. The weather is mild, around 10, 15 degrees. So it makes for great walking and biking all over the city. We also have a really cool cherry blossom festival that happens at this time too. The festival arranges all kinds of events, biking tours, walking tours in the city. And all these events run from end of March to end of April. So just to give you an idea of something that your clients can do at that time.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Love those cherry blossoms. Sadly, I was there a little bit early this year. I missed them.
I know.
Love the story as well, the donations from Japan. I think that is such a cool history and connection there. Thank you. So we're going to talk a bit about food. Very exciting that last fall, you became a Michelin guide destination. What does that mean for the city?
Well, that's right. In October, right, Vancouver discovered the Michelin Guide restaurants that made the first cut, and that was a really exciting event. We have 8 restaurants that have a Michelin star, 12 restaurants that have Bib Gourmands, which means it's a great value for the meal. And also over 40 eateries got also recommended. So we're really excited about that. And what that means is that Vancouver has long enjoyed, an acclaim with our culinary scene, but now it just further elevates the city's reputation. So we're on a global scale. So we're really excited about that. Now, of course, Vancouver is really a foodie city. And, there's just so much diversity and variety of food and drinks in the city. So I would definitely want you to be able to highlight some of that to your clients. And our culinary scene can be explored in all of our neighborhoods, right? Whether you're hoping to experience amazing Chinese food or great sushi or great West Coast fare, we really have a place for it all.
Awesome. And yes, you mentioned those neighborhoods. There are some amazingly diverse neighborhoods in the city. Just tell us, what is some of the most interesting neighborhoods to visit?
Well, definitely. I mean, even in our downtown core that you can see on this slide, we've got the neighborhoods of Gastown, Chinatown, and Yaletown that I'd like to focus on just for today's presentation. So, Vancouver, we've got our Chinatown that was established in the 1890s. And it's the 3rd largest in Canada, in North America, actually, after New York City and San Francisco's. So Chinatown, it's a very interesting area with lots of history, and it dates back to the early days when most people were living in the area and working in the railway. Of course, there's also Gastown, which is the historic part of Vancouver. And in recent years, it has evolved into a really hip and trendy part of town. Lots of boutique shops, restaurants, lounges, bars, and it's very popular with tourists, but also with locals. And then Yaletown is our old warehouse district, and it has really been turned into a dining neighborhood with great restaurants and lounges and clubs as well. So it's a great spot to recommend to clients to visit.
Cool. You want to tell us about some of your favorite eateries?
Well, let's focus on Chinatown first. Of course, there's lots of specialty stores in Chinatown, tea shops, bakeries, but great dining options. Floata Seafood Restaurant is the largest Chinese restaurant in Canada. And it's a great place to have like a really authentic sort of family meal and the round tables. It's a lot of fun to eat there. If you want a little bit more of an updated and elevated dining experience, I would recommend a place like Torafuku. And they mix adventure. They do an adventurous interpretation of, of like West Coast, Pan Asian, mixes. And then we've got places like Juke Fried Chicken, which is a great spot right in the heart of Chinatown. And it's a really fun place. Now, we've also got in Gastown, we've got some great options. L'Abattoirs, sort of on the fancier side, a fantastic cocktail list there too, but the food is amazing. But you also have casual places like Taco Fino, where you can have great, tacos. That one is a chain, so it's in a few different spots in the city. But the Taco Fino location is in a beautiful building too, the Gastown location of Taco Fino. Another one of my favorites is Ask for Luigi. They are known for their fresh made pasta every day. It's a cute little white house on the corner on the edge of Gastown. And it's a great brunch spot as well. So that's a great spot to recommend for anybody wanting to explore Gastown on the weekends and enjoying a nice brunch. And Bellegarde Kitchen, this is a really interesting place because it's in a historic building, and then they do wine and beer tastings and pairings with great food. So I would recommend visiting any of these places. Yeah. And then in the Yaletown area, again, we've got, the sort of elevated dining experience of a place like Blue Water Cafe, known for their seafood and West Coast style cuisine. But we also have Minami, which is a Japanese restaurant, which is really amazing. And they vary it up every season too. Ciopino's for Mediterranean, Greek, and Italian food is fantastic. But then there's also more casual places like the Yaletown Brew Pub or Capo on the Spritz, which is located in the Opus Hotel. So lots of great options for.
Looks so good. I can imagine people are going to be asking for these in the follow-up. So yeah, if you could like throw a list together, it's really cool to have some local recommendations for food. Thank you.
For sure.
Cool. If you're a foodie, another great way is to do a food tour. So we'll talk a bit about food tours. What do you recommend?
Well, a great place to explore Vancouver's culinary scene has to be Granville Island. It is, visited by locals and tourists alike, and it's the second most popular visited location in Canada after Niagara Falls. So the market is, there's the Granville Island Public Market, which is, of course, amazing for, food ideas, but also Granville Island has lots of artisan studios and galleries. So, people like to go and hang out for the afternoon for sure. And of course, the public market is a great place to check out what's local, what's in season, and you can even eat lunch there too, because they have a great little market area. You can grab some lunch, sit inside if it's cool, but also sit outside if the weather's good. Now, in terms of actual tours that we can do, the Vancouver Foodie Tours does a fantastic Granville Island tour. It's that 2-hour tasting experience. You get to check out anywhere between 8 to 12 different vendors that are all around the market. And it's just fantastic. Like in the 2 hours, you'll get full as well, because you do get to eat quite a bit. Vancouver Foodie Tours also runs the Authentic Asian Eats tour out of Richmond, which is by the airport. And this one is really amazing as well. It's a, sit down experience at the beginning of the tour. So you start off with your lunch, and then then you walk around the neighborhood and try out a few more things. And we just heard just a couple of weeks ago that they've relaunched their gastronomic Gastown tour. So this is that 3-hour progressive meal at 3 different places in Gastown. And this one is great because it runs in the afternoons into the evening. So it's a 4 to 7. So it really doubles as your dinner as well.
Yeah, loving it. I've done a couple of the Vancouver foodie tours, and they're all great. Yeah, that one, the relaunched one, that looks absolutely fabulous. What a way to have dinner and to spend the evening.
Exactly.
But there's another company as well, right?
Yeah, so Taste Vancouver Food Tours also does a Gastown tour. It's a little bit different. They run it at different times too. It's a 2.5 hour tasting experience with 8 different stops. 7 food tastings and 3 alcoholic tastings as well. I was very full after this tour too. But what I love about this tour is that it really combines not only, the culinary side of Gastown, but the historic side of Gastown. So you really learn a lot about the neighborhood from this tour.
Yeah, that's cool. Mandy says it's making me hungry. Yeah, me too. We love looking at pictures of food on the webinars and the food inspiration. Natalia, we're doing a bit of a sustainability theme within the updates as well. And I know that Vancouver has a sustainability theme when it comes to food. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So overfishing is one of the biggest threats that our oceans face today. So the ocean-wise symbol that appears next to seafood items in restaurant menus is really our assurance that an ocean-friendly choice has been made here, that the seafood your clients are eating have been sustainably caught and prepared. So it's really, it's fantastic that so many of our local restaurants have ocean-wise choices on their menus.
Awesome. Thank you. We're going to start to wrap things up now. So what else did you want to share with us? Where's more resources? How can we learn more?
Well, Charlie, we have just relaunched our Vancouver Specialist Program. So to learn more about Vancouver, we really encourage all travel agents and tour operators, everybody really to complete the program. It is in English and in Spanish, and it's 8 courses that focus on key information about Vancouver. You also have access to exclusive webinars that we run once a quarter. And we, of course, have our destination experience pass. So this will allow you and a guest complimentary admission to many of Vancouver's top attractions when you come and visit. So it's worth doing the program and then signing up for that, especially if you're planning to come and visit yourself. And of course, we have the Vancouver Specialist Certificate that you get, access to the logo, and access to FAM trip invitations that we're hoping to restart. We're thinking kind of at the end of this year and into next year, because those take quite a bit of planning to do. We want to really do it up big. So I encourage everybody to do our specialist program.
So many reasons to do the specialist program, all the learning, the self-fulfill, the experience pass is absolutely fabulous. I've used that as well. And then, and then your own FAMs as well. So yes, if you're not already a Vancouver specialist, get on it. I'll ask Natalia to share the link when she's finished presenting.
Perfect. Yeah, of course, everybody feel free to reach out if you have any questions. My contact information is here, but I will connect with everybody on my follow-up. We have lots of tools on our website. So, the destinationvancouver.com website under travel trade, the tab there. We have themed itineraries that are really easy to share with your clients as well. So I encourage everybody to have a look at the travel trade tab on our website too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Great update.
Great.
We're all hungry. Spring looks beautiful. Thank you, Natalia. So